So this is a mortuary. Just checking that's the one for today, and then that's for Thursday. I'm Mollie, I'm 27, and I'm a 6th generation funeral director, but usually I direct between 20 and 40 funerals a month. Hi, it's Mollie from Stoneman's. I just wanted to introduce myself because I'm directing the funeral this afternoon. I quite like not being a stereotypical funeral director, but I think that's partly because most of them are like middle-aged men, so I would rather not look like that. That lady sent over a picture of how she wants the makeup to look.
So she's quite fair skinned, isn't she? What about the lips? Should we go for something a bit more natural on the lips? So when I started working here, I said to Mollie, the first thing I want to do is get involved in doing some of the makeup.
I draw on eyelashes, but also like I don't think you can apply fake tan to someone that's passed away, so that would be a bit sad. But it is quite sort of a busy schedule. My role is to provide support for people that are grieving, and they give me a set of instructions. I follow them to the letter and deliver on all the promises I've made. I did walk in once. I hadn't looked at the music before I walked in, and they started playing Ding Dong the Witch is Dead, and I really wasn't expecting it. And I didn't know if it was like as a joke that she was in on, or if they're like happy that she's passed away, so it's quite hard to keep a straight face with that. So this is a mortuary. And we've got 12 fridge spaces in here, and the embalming all takes place in here. Embalming's where blood is removed, but not all of it, and it's replaced with embalming fluid. It used to be in the old days that like my grandpa could embalm and his dad could, but then sort of if they go on holiday you're stuck, so now we use an external company. I think I just have got used to seeing them, and then Dad sort of sat me down at the start and had a chat with me about, because I was a bit nervous to start off with. And he said, like, you've just got to remember that is someone's loved one, like that's someone's mum or dad or whoever, and you've got to treat them how you would like your mum or dad to be treated. Then, like when I'm covering them up, I'll sort of say like, oh, goodbye, and then just put the sheet back over the top. I think funerals are so important as part of the grieving process, because I think you sort of come out of your personal community a little bit while you're grieving, because it's quite isolating, and then the funeral sort of welcomes you back in again, and you've got people there being comforting, and they're all with you and supporting you through your difficult time.
What time are you going out in the funeral?
I'm out at 12:45 and the family meeting us at Redstone Cemetery at 1.
Okay. Are the boys going to be back from the London removal?
They should be back. This is my dad Chris, and my boss.
It's nice to have someone to bounce things off, because I've always been the only director since my dad passed away. We've always had such a laugh, always together, and then serious face and back to the next funeral that we're doing. So.
With regards to planning my own funeral, it's more like I'll hear a song where I'm like, that could be a contender for the exit music, but I tried discussing it with my mum and my sister, and they were like, we're not talking about your funeral again. I was like, okay. So files are on, there's no service sheets, there's no jewellery. And paperwork's already gone over on the 28th. Like, I feel quite proud wearing uniform and sort of representing the family. I think the younger me imagined that the older me would have a much more like glamorous lifestyle and probably be like living in London or something, but just following in Dad and Grandpa's footsteps. I do love my job.